So about a year and a half ago today, I quit my well-paying tech job to pursue streaming and being an influencer full time. And when I quit said job, I had absolutely no following. I had like one viewer average. I streamed like once before quitting and just going all in. And today's video is just going to be talking about that and how I got here, who's Dave, and the crazy kind of story behind it, because I feel like this is not like an average upcoming for an influencer or whatever. And one thing I just want to make clear, this is not supposed to be like a Gary Vee motivational, quit your job right now and go pursue your dreams, because that's not what I'm trying to get across here. I was in an incredibly unique situation where all throughout high school and even in middle school, I was making YouTube videos. As whether it was gaming videos or stupid little vlogs that I made with my friends, I've always been doing content creation. I've even streamed on Twitch as far as 8 years ago, and this is something I've always done. But when college rolled around and I kind of had to get ready for the real world, moved out of mom and dad's house, I kind of had to, give up that kind of hobby in pursuit of a real job and whatnot. Well, about a few months into my first semester, I decided that I just could not do college. So after my first semester, I dropped out. After trying college, dropping out of college, moving across the country, and getting a real job, as they say, working for Verizon, I started to get this feeling of unhappiness and kind of just like, despite working ridiculous hours, there was times where I was working like 60 hours in a week because I love making money. And like my job wasn't that bad, but it was very unfulfilling. I was a Verizon salesperson. I was slanging iPhones and Androids for the low, you know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't fulfilling. And I ended up quitting that job, and I got a new job working for Verizon again, but I was tech support, right? I was like, I'll work on the phones. I don't got to do sales. I just hated sales. That must have been what it was. And I did tech support, and I did training for a few months. And after that, I really hated it. And once I was a few months deep into my real job, I'm 19 at the time, I kind of had this moment of, what the fuck am I doing? I'm working in a cubicle. This is not what 12-year-old Dave wanted Dave to be doing. This is not what 19-year-old Dave wants Dave to be doing. And I saw all my friends from back in the day when I used to play Minecraft, like my friends Joko and C-Scoop, and they're streaming and they're doing full-time. SMP Live was popping off, and I was kind of sitting here like, what the fuck am I doing? They're living what I want to be. I'm still young. I have enough money saved up, and I said, fuck it. One day I left middle of the day because I felt sick, and I never went back. And at this point, I streamed once before, and I said, well, I got to go all in. I had enough rent saved up for a few months, and I started streaming. I was doing 8-hour days, streaming Minecraft every day. And eventually, I got very lucky and was invited by Joko and C-Scoop to SMP Live. If you're unfamiliar, that server was fucking massive. It was a big deal. It was kind of like the resurgence of Minecraft. It was owned by Call Me Carson and all of them. And at this point, things were going pretty all right. I actually got incredibly lucky. My second month of Twitch, I was already affiliate, and I joined SMP Live, and I was lucky to get some good gifted subs and stuff like that. And I was blown away that I actually could make more than a couple $100. And I was lucky to even made that. But at this point, I was still making like $200 to $300 a month off of Twitch, which is not livable. But since I had such a big buffer from saving up, I was able to kind of save my Twitch money and put it aside. So as SMP Live was going well, and I kind of had people who knew who I was because I'd be in SMP Live, at this time I was getting like 12, maybe 20 viewers a stream, which was pretty good for like your third month on Twitch. Like, not that many people get that in their third month of Twitch. I decided I wanted to go to TwitchCon. At the time, I lived in Phoenix, Arizona. It was pretty close. I could get myself to TwitchCon in San Diego. I bought a ticket. With all the Twitch money I made pretty much at that point, I bought a TwitchCon ticket. And then I realized that I could not afford any Airbnb. My friends had one. They needed like $300. And I said, fuck, I can't afford that. So I made a tweet. I said, sorry guys, TwitchCon's not happening. And then I was lucky enough to be blessed with a DM from C-Scoop himself telling me I could sleep on the couch of the Lunch Club Airbnb. I was like, holy shit, that's pretty crazy. Slept on their couch. I ended up offering to be their filmer. Throughout high school, I was into photography and videographer, and at this point I had a really nice camera. And I was there, and they were trying to get their group channel off the ground. They just did a big fundraiser for all that shit. So that's what we did. I ended up filming 2 videos for them, neither of which the footage that I filmed actually ended up getting used. But I ended up making good friends with Carson and Schlatt and all those guys who are now Lunch Club. And at TwitchCon, one of the videos we filmed, it was with the Misfits Airbnb, and I ended up going to this big TwitchCon Misfits party, which they have a whole video I'll link down below if you're interested in the crazy party the Misfits threw that I happened to find myself at. I met a lot of really cool people there, and it was kind of crazy. I'm 3.5 months into Twitch, and now I'm in California in an Airbnb with the tops of Twitch there, and these millionaires. These people make shit tons of money, and I'm sitting here still fucking poor. Like, I was poor. I was making a couple $100 a month. And like I said, I lived on my own completely across the country from my family. After TwitchCon, I go back, and I'm just back on the grind, and I end up releasing a vlog that I made. Very short. You guys have seen it. It's still my biggest video on this channel to this day as of recording this. And that vlog kind of gave me traction, and I started seeing Instagram followers. I started seeing a little bit more traction. I ended up getting Twitter followers because people saw that I was friends with these people like Schlatt and Carson, people who I met organically. I not any of that social climbing shit. We just became friends, and I'm very lucky that they let me film for them and all that. So I had a little bit more going for me. And at this point, I was getting like 30 viewers a stream. Sometimes 20. I'd still have bad streams where I'd drop into the single digits, but overall it was going pretty decent. So going into December, my computer was down bad. I could only stream in 720p, 30 FPS. My frames weren't that good. I couldn't stream anything else, and I saw this crazy Cyber Monday deal for a pre-built computer that had an RTX 2060, a Ryzen 7, 16 gigs of RAM. It was like just overall a really good PC, and it was like $1,000, right? And I said, fuck it. And I bought it on a credit card. And I'm not known to be reckless. The only thing I get reckless with is my career for some reason. And I said, fuck it. Even though I have in the worst month of my career, I'm not doing that well on Twitch, and I'm barely making ends meet. I'm going to buy this computer on a credit card. Going into like December of 2019, worst month of my Twitch career. I was doing really shitty. I was down bad. But then halfway through December, I get the craziest message from Carson, who asked me if I want to be the videographer for Lunch Club, and that they were going to do a big film week for 2 weeks in Los Angeles in a big old house. I had a 1 week notice, or like maybe a 2 week notice, and they would need me for 2 weeks, and I'd film their videos. And this is when everything kind of came into line. I was like, this is what the fuck I was born to do. Like, I was like, holy shit. This is what I need to do. I said yes, no hesitation. They were going to pay for everything, all my food, everything. And I was like, this is what 2012 Dave wanted. This is what 2016 Dave wanted. This is what, my entire upbringing of myself would have wanted me to do. This is kind of what I always kind of fantasized, going to LA and filming and hanging out with YouTubers. Anyways, the time comes, I fly out to LA, and I spend 2 weeks with the Lunch Club boys. I slept on the couch of this ridiculous, like, 3-story fucking Hollywood Hills mansion, and I'm hanging out with some of the most popping creators on the platform on YouTube and Twitch, which was kind of crazy. So at this time, I'm going to be honest, I was milking it for all it's worth. I was posting Instagram stories every day, tweets every day, talking about the trip, everything, because, listen, I knew that their fans would see my content and be interested in what I had to post. And I actually won a couple people over. I started getting a lot of following. I ended up shooting up to like 15,000 Twitter followers at the time. And it was crazy. I did an IRL stream from LA, and I ended up getting over 200 some odd viewers live, which at the time was ridiculous for me. So after filming with Lunch Club and getting to meet Pokemon, I got to meet the Mob. I got to talk to Ian from Smosh and do all this incredible stuff and meet all these incredible people and gain this following. I was on top of the fucking world. On top of all of this, this is still like I said, this is like one of the best 2 weeks of my life. Lunch Club paid me $3,000 for the work I did for them. And quite literally, Lunch Club saved my career, and the reason why I didn't have to go and get a shitter job at McDonald's, because I had that computer on the credit card I was able to pay off instantly. And at the time, I was only paying my half of all the bills were like $500 a month. So then I was covered. And then I got all this new following and this resurgence. So I come back to Twitch and I'm streaming, and I had actually the first time I crossed over the partnership threshold on Twitch was after this. After a month or so, things kind of cooled down, but I was making like okay money. And all amidst of everything going on with Lunch Club, I actually was a substitute for this event called Minecraft Championship, which you might know of now. But when I joined in the very first season, the event had almost no following. But I knew there was something special to it. It was a great event, and I ended up winning. I didn't get a ton of traction or anything from it, but they ended up inviting me to events in the future. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events later, all of a sudden, Minecraft is blowing the fuck up again. You got Dream and the Dream Team, Skeppy, all these motherfuckers going sky high with all of their Minecraft content. And Dream and that whole crew ended up joining Minecraft Championship. All of a sudden, Minecraft Championship is huge. The team announcements get tens of thousands of likes. And I just happened to be in the midst of it all because I joined at the beginning. I was getting a lot of traction from this. And every time the teams dropped, people were tuning in to my streams to see me practice, see me talk, get my opinions and all this stuff. And at this point, I approached the 1 year mark where I was doing pretty good on Twitch at this point. Still not making that much money. I think I finally got my first $1,000 check from Twitch in a month, which is mind blowing for me at the time. And I moved across the country and I moved to Florida at this point. And I ended up skipping one MCC where things got really big. That's where all the other Dream Team members got involved with Minecraft Championship. And then their traction really started to blow up. All of a sudden, I come back and I'm in my new place. It's been about a year since I started streaming. I end up getting placed on a Minecraft Championship team with Sapnap, George Not Found, and Eric. Some of the 3 most popping Twitch streamers on the platform. And that is kind of where everything went sky high. I ended up getting myself Twitch partnership. Because just me being teamed with these guys and affiliated, the hype around the event boosted my channel. And I couldn't be more thankful for it. I ended up becoming friends with some of those guys. And that kind of brings us to where we are today. Just from the mix of growing on Twitter, working for Lunch Club, and all of this. A year and a half later, that's how I got to here. It's been kind of ridiculous being kind of just coasting along and making these organic connections that have helped me grow to where I am today. And now listen, I want to make something clear. I don't make much money off of Twitch. I make like low-end McDonald's manager salary off of Twitch, which I'm unbelievably thankful for because I'm following my dreams. But I thought I'd share my tale of where I basically almost went broke. I quit my job. I did everything. I put everything on the line to become a Twitch streamer, and it ended up working out. And like I said, I don't recommend doing it this way. You should just pick up streaming as a fucking side hobby and see how it goes from there. I went all balls to the wall, and I got lucky enough and worked hard enough to get to where I was. But I thought this was an interesting story. This is the first time me doing a video in this kind of format. So if you guys really did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to comment. Make sure to subscribe. I want to do more story time, commentary type videos again. And if you guys are interested, please let me know that you are. Tweet at me, comment. I need all the validation I can get because I'm very scared to jump into this new whole realm of YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.